Good day, you are very welcome back to the channel. Here I am at the ruins of Inch Abbey. If you want to pause the video and read that where I'm about to walk to, if not, come on with me as we walk on this trail about these beautiful and very famous ruins right here beside Inch Parish Graveyard, the more modern version. So this is, you can just see the ruins there straight ahead of us. Magnificent, so come on with me. This is a marvellous place to come along and spend some time and walk around. I've studied some of the history for the purposes of this video, so I shall share some of it now. It is called Inch Abbey. It is the ruins of a Cistercian monastery. It was founded by the Anglo-Norman invader John de Courcy. The current monastery ruins were built in 1180, and they were built in penance for his earlier destruction of another monastery in 1177 nearby, and it was called Urana Abbey. So John de Courcy invaded the land. Urana Monastery was fortified. He was trying to take over the land and he had to destroy it, and he was raging with himself and his own personal faith. And 3 years later, in penance, in an act of almost forgiveness, he built the new abbey here at Inch on the Coil River here. So you can pause the video here at this sign and read that to your heart's content. But rather than me read it out to you, I'm just going to continue walking and talking. The previous abbey that Inch Abbey replaced was called Urana Abbey, and it was actually founded in 1127 by one of the kings of Ulster called Niall MacDunlevy, and that was in 1127. What does the current monastery mean? That word inch, well, inch is based on the Irish word Ennis, and Ennis means island. It was a few hundred years ago, a few centuries ago, that the local earl, the local landlord, what he decided to do was drain the land and generate and create 500 acres of agricultural farmland all around the abbey here, and you can see all the fields around us. They were created because of the drainage of the water there from the Coil or Quall River beside Downpatrick there. So the abbey is no longer on an island, but it is beside this beautiful body of water. Here's the abbey ruins here, absolutely wonderful. If I take you over to this sign here, you'll see how the monks lived, and you'll see what they did, how they conducted their day. And what I'll do here is I'll just pause you at this sign and you can see Cistercian life. So there's the monks there, and you can see the chapter house, the cloister, the nave, the choir, chancel, and the transcript, and you can see what the monks did during their day. So you can pause the video there. So let's go and see the ruins of where the monks lived out their lives. Obviously you've got the main part of the church here, which is absolutely incredible to think this was built in around the year 1180 and is still fundamentally standing today. Looks pretty good. A couple of weeks ago during Storm A1, a lot of things came down, trees, but yet places like this still stood and looked quite marvellous. So we'll go through the entranceway here, or the gate, and then you can see where the grand front door would have been. Obviously it's fallen apart. The only people here today with me are the local blackbirds. They must live in that tree there. They're very noisy. I don't think they want me here, but I'm just going to disturb them here and go into the grand part of the monastery. Absolutely amazing ruins of that window. So come on with me as we go and take a look at some of the architecture from the 12th century. This is actually a new abbey. Even though it was founded in 1180, between the 9th and the 12th century, there was an older abbey here, and it was made of wood, and it was attacked by the Vikings. They would have came in on the water inlet there, just up the Coil River, and they burnt it down a few times between the 9th and the 12th century, and then the new one was built by Mr. de Courcy. Look at the marvellous artwork. You can imagine what the windows would have looked like all those years ago. See, even, I presume those are the fireplaces there. Amazing to think it's still standing, isn't it? You can see some of the masonry work there. Look at the curvature of the entranceway here. I presume this wall is older than that. Looks unbelievable. So this was an active monastery between 1180 and under Henry VIII's rule and the Reformation. He disbanded all the monasteries in 1541, so it was operating as a monastery from around 1180 until the discontinuation of monastic life in 1541. If I take you, there's a wee sign here. Let me take you so you can read it. The Cistercian Abbey of Inch, founded in 1180, invested in the Board of Works and repaired, and well, part of it was repaired in 1914. Major Percival Maxwell. So come on with me as we walk over towards the river here, and you can see other parts of the ruins here. Why this is particularly famous is because it was the scene of filming of many scenes of the blockbuster series Game of Thrones. It's not something I watched, but it is very famous. Northern Ireland punches above its weight with regards to having glorious beaches and ruins, mountains and forests, and you can imagine a warlike fantasy series having a wonderful time sailing around the small province of Northern Ireland and finding places to film. Absolutely marvellous to come here. Really quite brilliant, very enjoyable. There's a swan there. I'll just take you back here. You can see the magnificent ruins. Inch Abbey, Inch from the Irish word Innis, which means island, and of course here all the farm acres that have been created by the drainage that's pushed the Coyle River considerably down from its much higher banks. If I just walk over here, you should be able to see Downpatrick Cathedral. I'll go a wee bit further down here so you can see Downpatrick Cathedral being the final resting place of St. Patrick, where his grave is. If you've watched my channel, you'll have seen a video I did on St. Patrick's grave about a year or two ago, and that's where he's buried. I'm just taking you down to the banks here. You can see the Coyle River here. This is where the monks, I'm sure, where they would come down to bathe. And there's Down Cathedral. Absolutely glorious. Really nice place to come if you're into history. You can go back 900 years of history and read the signs and spend a little bit of time walking around. I'm here at the school terms, half-term holidays here in Northern Ireland. But regardless, it's only really me and the crows here, which is what I was hoping, because when I record these videos I don't like to disturb too many people. I respect my own privacy and I want to respect theirs too. So I hope you enjoyed the video. What I'll do is I'll just take you over to this final sign that I haven't showed you. And you can take one last look at Inch Abbey before I conclude. If you've come across the video, please do subscribe to the channel. Please do like the video. That pushes the video out to more people, that more people can come and enjoy the kind of things I'm posting. What am I posting? Just different things in relation to history, Northern Irish tourism, things that interest me that hopefully interest you. You can see life in the Abbey. You can see the beautiful surrounding landscape taken from much higher up. You can see some of the places we were: the kitchen, the bakehouse, the well, the infirmary and the guest house. So absolutely marvellous to be here at Inch Abbey, on Inch Abbey Road outside of Downpatrick in County Down, Northern Ireland, the site of the famous Game of Thrones filming. If you've enjoyed the video, please do subscribe and like for more. Over and out.